Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Weird Wednesday video, and happy Halloween! Of course, as it is the end of the month, we have to do an October recap. Really quick though, before I get into anything, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. Thank you so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. So I was going to launch this in September, but if you guys follow me on social media and everything, you know I had issues with my internet. And by the time I could have edited and uploaded my September recap, it was like halfway into, we were like already well into the October videos, and I was just like, what's the point? Like, we'll just save it for the end of October. So basically, the story that I told in my September video, quick story, promise, is that, like, you guys know I've been doing the monthly favorites this year. I've been really good at that, except for September, which was not my fault. I stand by that. You guys may or may not know I have a blog that I'm making some changes to, again, as I do, you know. But I was thinking, like, I was like entertaining the idea of having like a monthly newsletter on my blog, because there is an option, because I use via Squarespace, hashtag not sponsored, hashtag please sponsor me though, where you can, like, you know, you can create a page where people can sign up for like an email newsletter. And I was like, oh, maybe that would be a good idea. And so I was like making a plan for like what I could do for like a monthly newsletter. And so I like had all these categories, and I was just like, well, a lot of this is different, but a lot of this also kind of lines up with my favorites videos. So why don't I just change the favorites? So, so I decided, instead of creating more work and doing a monthly blog newsletter, which I'm sure like probably nobody would subscribe to, not saying anything to you guys, like, it's just, you know, not a lot of you go to my blog, that's fine. But why don't just do it in video form? And then that's less work, right? So, I mean, it's not that crazy of a change, but instead of favorites, they're just gonna be called recaps, because not everything falls under the category of favorite. So yeah, and it's like essentially just a recap of a lot of stuff I did like over the past month, that sort of thing. So let's get into this. So first, obviously, is the favorite movie I watched this month. As you guys may or may not have known, I don't know if this is the first video you're watching of mine. If it is, hi, welcome. How are ya? Watched and reviewed 31 horror movies, obviously for October, because it's our time, people. So there's a lot. And obviously I watched some, you know, favorites that I watch every year. I just excluded them from this so I can, you know, talk about some new movies that I watched. It's hard to pinpoint which ones, but the ones that I watched this month that all had a 5 out of 5 rating: The Raven, Demon Night, Pet Sematary, and Fright Night. So those were definitely some of my favorites. Obviously, Pet Sematary and Fright Night are big classics within the community, I feel like. So I finally got around to watching those. The Raven is a Vincent Price one. It was awesome. And then Demon Night was a fun Tales from the Crypt feature. We'll link the playlist for my 31 Days of Horrorween. Oh, I'm sorry, it comes up here. Up here. So if you want to check out those reviews, they are all in that playlist. I'm also adding the category of favorite non-horror movie I watched this month, because I occasionally watch something that's not technically a horror movie. Obviously this month I really didn't. I guess Hocus Pocus and A Nightmare Before Christmas, you know, were like the big ones that I watch, were like that aren't really horror movies, you know what I mean? But they're like Halloween and kind of creepy, but you know. Movie I'm most excited for in November, Suspiria, hands down. I think there's like a few showings today on Halloween when this video goes up, but they're too far of a drive for me to go out for, so it'll be here this coming weekend, so I'm really excited to see that. So now for like the what am I category, so stuff that I have been watching, listening to, etc. this month. So what I'm watching currently is the Confession Tapes on Netflix. It's a really interesting docu-series. It's kind of like in the realm of true crime, but it's more about like cases of like violent crimes and things where people have confessed to the crimes, whether they actually committed them or not. So it kind of is criticizing a lot of like investigative tactics, methods, like interrogation tactics and things like that. It's really interesting and a cool angle to like look at true crime from a different angle for these crimes. It's really interesting. Obviously too, I've also been watching The Haunting of Hill House, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I'm only a few episodes in because I'm watching it with my mom, who also read the book. Not saying anything to you, Mom, I promise. Just, you know, I can't sit and binge it because she wants to watch it too. So that's been really good so far. I'm sure if you guys want, I'll post a review of it once I finish this season. I've also been watching Lore season 2. If you guys listen to the podcast, it's an amazing podcast, and they created a 6-episode show for it last October. So this is season 2. And it's basically just taking some of the past episodes of the podcast and turning them into like a full like hour-long thing with like actors and recreations and things like that. It's really cool. If you like the podcast, you'll like that. If you like folklore and legends and stuff as well, you'll really enjoy it. I have not started The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I know so many of you have. It's just so many things came out this month, obviously, especially in terms of shows, that I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm mad excited to watch it, so don't worry, I definitely will watch it. In terms of what I've been listening to, obviously, since it's October, I've been listening to my Halloween playlist on Spotify. No pressure at all. This is not really like a plug, like, go follow me on Spotify, like you have to. So if you want, feel free to follow me and see how batshit crazy I appear to be based on the different kinds of music I listen to. I have a Halloween playlist on there. So if you want to, you can follow me on there. I'm Nightmare Maven Vicky on there because seemingly somebody already took Nightmare Maven. Garbage person, I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I've also recently discovered Greta Van Fleet, which I've been listening to just constantly in between the Halloween music. They're like Led Zeppelin 2.0 and I'm living for it. So highly recommend them too. If you like kind of like classic rock music, Led Zeppelin, you'll like this. In terms of what I've been reading, I just finished Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury, which was the October book for my creepy book club. You can join if you also like to read scary books. It's on Goodreads. A link for that is in the description. And my review of it should be up at some point today too. It was perfect for the season. It really was. What I've been streaming, this I'm reserving for like YouTube stuff. Obviously earlier this month we were all watching, well maybe not all of us, maybe just me, The Mind of Jake Paul on Shane Dawson's channel. Amazing. Other than that though, I've been watching everybody's Halloween 2018 reviews. I am loving all the differing opinions on this film, considering it was so highly anticipated. I've been interested in listening to everyone's thoughts on the movie, but I gotta say, as soon as this holiday is over, come November 1st, I am so over this movie. If you guys follow me on social media, you probably have seen I've been complaining a little bit about all the hate comments because I ranted about the movie. Goddess forbid I talk about my own opinion on anything. I thought about making like a discussion topic video about like how toxic the fans are, but I feel like so many other YouTubers in the horror community have posted videos, said their piece on it, and they've said it like, you know, there's nothing I really need to add to it because they said it so well. Mother Mayhem and Cody Leach are two that come to mind, like in their reviews of the movie, they talk about all the toxic fans that have come out of the woodwork at the release of this movie. So there's nothing I really can add to what they said. Like, I feel like what they said perfectly. Yeah, I thought about making a video on it, but I was just like, why bother? I'm so over this movie right now, which is unfortunate. I will just say, like, it's gonna be a while before I ever give this movie another watch again. Not because I hated it that much, which I didn't, by the way. I'm just saying I only gave it a 2 out of 5, guys. I didn't give it a 0. But it's because of the toxic fans that apparently were just coming for my life because I didn't like it as much as they did. Yeah, it's gonna be a minute before I come back to this movie just because they kind of just left a bad taste. You know what I mean? They kind of ruined it for me a little bit. And that's no fault of the filmmakers. It's completely the fandom. One category I really want to add is favorite comment of the month. Oh no, I don't have my phone. Damn it. That's okay, it'll pop up on the screen. I really want to add this because I get a lot of awesome comments from you guys. Some are really funny, some are really like thought-provoking, like when you're talking about a movie or something like that. So I thought I would do that. Now, out of all the really awesome comments I got, I just want to share one, like my favorite one this month. I think I used favorite lightly, but it was a hate comment that I got from one of my on my Halloween review, in which this lovely person wrote a list of 9 points of why I'm stupid because of my opinion on the movie. Like, I can't even say that with a straight face. Like, they wrote a list. Like, of all the hate comments I've gotten from, like, since I started YouTube, from all the hate comments I've gotten, I've never seen a comment like with this much thought into it as to why my opinion is wrong. Like, I must have laughed for an hour after I got this comment. Like, I was just cracking up. Like, I don't think I've ever made anyone that mad because of my opinion. It is so funny. Like, and not only is it funny, like, just the entire comment, like, as much effort as they put into to come up with 9 reasons as to why my opinion was wrong. Like, the whole comment is just so stupid. Like, it's a whole paragraph of stupid, let me tell you. So that gave me, like, that was just a real laugh. But my real favorite comments, my real favorite comment is related to this one, but it's Mother Mayhem's response, where she wrote, I give this comment a 2 out of 10. I love you, Lindsay, like, you're the best. And thank you also to Dice Rollin and Diva Ducks, who I also saw jump in on a few of the hate comments that were on my video. You guys definitely did not have to do that, but I thank you very much. In case you missed it, obviously, since it was October, I reviewed a movie every single day of this month, and they're all in one convenient playlist, which will be linked right up here. I also did a pumpkin carving live stream a couple weekends ago, which was a hot mess because of my internet. I'm just, you know, I will tell you that. But it resulted in what I think was a pretty cool Art the Clown jack-o'-lantern. For as distracted as I was, like, let me tell you, it is difficult to carve a pumpkin, interact with everybody on the live stream, and watch a movie and react to that at the same time. And try and be funny and entertaining. That was like that's always hard for me to do. Thank you everybody that came to watch it, for as much of a hot mess as it was. Like, honestly, I don't want to say anything because they might be listening, but Spectrum, you suck ass. I'm just saying, your internet is the worst. Is a recap of the month of October for me. Let me know everything you've been loving this month in the comment section. And I just want to say another really big thank you to everybody who commented on my Halloween review. I promise I'll stop talking about it. But I just want to say thank you to everybody, and not just on my Halloween review, on every single review, if you don't agree with me, for just discussing it with me as opposed to resorting to name calling because you don't agree. That's a level of maturity that a lot of these fans that came out of the woodwork don't have. But thank you guys for always discussing movies with me and for being able to disagree sometimes and not hate each other, because that's dumb. So yeah. Anyways, I'll end this out. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and you can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video or go live, even though it doesn't always work. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!